Moin Leute und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Tales of Arise. So, nachdem wir schon ein bisschen über die Vergangenheit gesehen haben, was wirklich passiert ist zwischen Shion und Alphen, warum die Dorn kam und warum ich die Maske getragen habe. Und ja, wir sind hier in der verbotenen Zone und ich bin mal gespannt, was uns noch hier so erwartet für Geheimnisse von der Vergangenheit. So, und das werden wir ja hier sehen. Da sind noch ein paar Objekte. Kraftschmanke. Die sind sehr gut. Juhu. Hier gibt's nichts. So.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
War es nicht die Opfergabe hier?
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renaissance was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renaissance isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Vholran, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That at least would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
Ich denke mal, dass das schon echt war.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Das wär's.
Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still. No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Rennis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Xion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Juhu.
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Xion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Die letzte Jungfer. Yeah. So, 2 sind aber noch über, ja. So, was macht hier? Eine fortgeschrittene Heilungsarte. HP wieder schon satt, stellt sich HP-Heilungspunkte wieder her, wenn Kocheffekte aktiv sind. Auch nicht schlecht. Ja. Gleich mal neben mir. So, das Atelier ist Gamma-Tschüss. Okay, haben wir jetzt eine Waffe gekriegt? Ja. Hat schön ausgewählten Herrscher. Das ist doch mal was hier. Und die haben wieder nichts. So, direkt mal speichern hier. So, wo müssen wir jetzt hin? Zum Fragezeichen. Ja, mal gucken, was uns hier erwartet. Nächster Warp.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Da bin ich auch mal gespannt. Sieht nach einem Kampf aus.
Vholran! She really was still alive.
Okay, der lebt immer noch.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Okay.
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly
Dreimal rote Frau.
No use, Alphen.
Was, 300.000?
Fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Alter Falter, ey.
Here's a healing item. Who cares?
Dragon Spore! You'll pay for that! Dragon Spore!
Resuscitate! Watch it! I'll heal you all. Still got some fight left in me. Healing circle. Lightning orb.
Double Demon Fang!
In here. Where are you
Alter,
going?
was sind das für welche hier?
I'll be saving this one.
Not today!
Let me help. Raging storm.
Dragon Spore! There! I'm on it!
Celestial hammer. Ice prison. Here
Double Demon
goes.
Fang!
Annihilation. Here leveling fury. I'm burning. Denied. Glacial spear. Raging
Now we're not...
cascade. Sleep now.
Boah, die klauen aber viel hier, ey.
A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven. Double demon fang.
Mit mir am Arsch, ey.
Lightning reflexes.
Dann haben die nur so viel Leben, ey.
Anything in armor is all mine. Now you see what I can do. Eat this. Talon hurricane.
Alter Falter, ey.
Demon fang.
Kriegst du Angst hier?
Dragon swarm. Vacuum blade. Eat this.
Eruption.
Dragon swarm.
Is it in the sky? It's mine.
Double demon fang.
Dance in the wind. Here's a healing.
Mann, 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 ey.
Field.
Take this. Talon sword. Dragon swarm.
Here, let me help.
What's this?
Power it up.
Im Prinzip geht das ja, aber die Teile, die da sind, die sind nicht ohne, ey.
More for the stockpile. I'll heal you all. Wind Master ready.
Double demon fang.
Healing circle. Lightning.
Greif einfach von hinten an.
All mine. I'll tear you apart. Eat this. Shattering.
Field.
I can carve through.
I'll be saving this one.
Double demon.
Alter Falter, ey.
In a bind. Double demon fang.
Au, au, au. Die sind mal reingelaufen, ey. Was für ein Gegner hier, ey.
Anything in armor is all mine. Can't get out of this. Inferno punch.
Ich will hier weg. Mir zu gefährlich hier.
Double demon fang. I'm on it. Dragon swarm.
So, fast die Hälfte down. Au, au, au.
Double demon fang. Super swallow dance. Now in the groove.
Krass, ey.
Double demon fang. Not today. I'll tear you apart. Dragon swarm.
Also ich konzentriere mich auf jeden Fall hier.
To be seen. Double demon fang. Hey, you okay?
Ich halte mich mal selber hier.
Still do this. I owe you one.
Nothing gets by me.
Double demon fang. You're mine. Yeah. Dragon swarm.
Fired up.
Can't get out of this.
More for the stockpile. Blah, blah, blah.
Ich komme hier gar nicht weg hier, ey.
Cyclone. This one's mine.
Double demon fang.
Oh,
Double done.
Purge the level. Healing circle.
I owe you one.
genau, halte ich mal ab.
Not today.
Dance in the wind.
I'll smash you.
Hey,
Here I come.
I'm only getting
Double demon fang.
lightning is down. Here, let me help.
Dragon swarm.
That's fun.
I'll tear you apart. Double demon fang.
By the power of flame.
Freaking does it. Double demon fang. Dragon swarm.
Holy shit, ja, ey.
This should do it. Double demon fang.
Nothing gets by me.
Oh, Shion ist tot. Nix gut. Direkt heilen.
Away from my friend.
A whirling struggle. Healing circle. I'll bring
Aha.
you back from death to
Double
this.
demon fang.
Komm, der ist fast tot hier.
Dragon fired up. The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
roll now.
Burn in hell.
Shattering reload. Attack time.
There.
So, immer schön draufhauen, ja.
Dragon swarm. I owe you one.
Now I'm in the groove.
Vacuum blade. Hurricane. You're mine. Inferno punch.
Heart sealed.
So.
Double demon fang.
Confiscated.
I'm on it. That's enough.
Kommt, Jungs, das sieht gut aus.
Level is
Genau, halt euch mal alle hier. Oh. Muss hier raus. Nein! Oh. Muss ich machen. Gar nicht, dass ein Zauber von denen ist, ey. Mann, ey. Das war auf jeden Fall gerade knapp. Komm, der ist fast tot hier. Komm. Das ist fast geschafft hier. So, erste schon mal weg. Sehr schön. Da hat mich ja fast gekillt, ey.
Fighting is useless now.
Do you think it's really over?
Natürlich nicht.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Ich mir auch. Hm?
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
Er lebt ja noch.
Know this place? Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Vholran. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Vholran was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. His Isn't that right, Vholran?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Alles wird zerstört.
Too late. Can't stay here.
We need to go. Alpha!
Ich krieg dich.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
I am the
Yeah.
Toad.
We'll be fine.
Is Vholran... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Vholran mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Genau.
But seriously, I was not expecting Vholran to actually be here.
Okay, ich kann nicht
He
zurück.
seemed to care not one whit about Brennans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way.
Sollte mal speichern.
They luck with us.
Aber da steckt da bestimmt noch was dahinter, ja. So, hier ist nichts. Aber ich denke nicht, dass wir noch kämpfen müssen, ja. So. Ja, ich bin mal gespannt, wer dahinter steckt. Also wir wissen, dass die mystische Frau irgendwas mit zu tun hat. Aber wie er schon sagte, ist irgendein anderer noch in der Menschenwelt noch unterwegs. Sage ich jetzt einfach mal. Ich habe auch keine Ahnung, wer das sein kann. Ich würde sagen, finden wir mal das heraus. Okay. Wenn das hier schon kommt, ist bestimmt noch ein Bossfight, ja. Kann ich mir ja nur vorstellen. Na, gucken wir mal, ob wir uns hier durchmogeln können. Ne, sieht nicht so aus. Dann machen wir die. Ruhe da. So. Toll. Nicht mit mir, ja. Frozen Hammer. Genau. Sehr schön. Juhu.
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
Ich bin immer lucky. Ups. Falsch. Da wollte ich nicht hin. Hier müssen wir hin, genau. So. Hier ist nichts los. Alles gut. Ja, dich ignoriere ich mal. Euch auch. Bin aber schneller wie ihr. So, speichern wir hier nochmal. So, schon dunkel geworden.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait.
Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Gut gesprochen.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie. Built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept turn against death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Rhenischer Herrscher, yeah. So muss das sein. Bodenzerstörer. Ist natürlich auch nicht schlecht hier.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
So, da würde ich doch sagen, das war doch mal ein schickes Abenteuer. Ja. Wie gesagt, wir müssen zurück nach Renas. Und ich bin mal echt gespannt, wer dahinter steckt. Und da würde ich auf jeden Fall sagen, was das für diese Folge. Und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder bei Tales of Arise. Lasst mir gerne ein Like da. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.